Last we saw our heroes, they were trying to make their way back to their safe house. They had met with Margaret Telestrian and accepted a job to go dig up some dirt on John Abernathy. If I remember right, we stopped before we got too much into the planning phase. You've still got a couple of hours before the submarines pick you up to take you to Council Island. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, how do we want to hit this? Like, does anybody want to see if they can't try to call up some floor plans for this guy's office? And I think Salvo would probably say something. It was like, so, we got any intel on the floor plan?
Oh yeah, one piece of
No.
information that I should have given you last week that I
Yeah.
forgot is that you guys are actually going to be raiding the Sheed embassy to go to his office.
All right. So, yeah. So we got floor plans, and how are we doing this? So we're gonna have somebody, are we gonna have somebody infiltrate and get a look at the place first? I mean, can we pull them off of the net somehow? And what are we looking at here?
I'll look on the Matrix, and maybe you're just you just blast. You don't do the whole astral thing, do you?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, uh, yeah, I don't have any spells for astral travel.
I think any of you do.
And it's an embassy, so they're gonna have heavy duty security. That's great. Wonderful. Well, let me see what I can find.
Go ahead and give me
And
a matrix search, I think it's
yeah,
still
he's
called that in this
gonna
one.
have a nice sit down and go comatose and go all the way over to Hot Sim. Hot. My brain's gone. Hot VR.
Gotcha.
All right. And I think while he's doing that, Salvo's probably going to go grab a beer from the fridge.
Stocked.
Yep.
Let's see here. Successes. What is that going to give you?
Bishop will likewise grab a beer.
Yeah. Salvo still kind of keeps his distance to a certain extent. He's like, but he does table up to perhaps Sakura and Drifter, while Sugar Skull's in the Matrix. Like, so, what do you guys think? Try to do this quiet and soft and sneak in, infiltrate, and get the information, or you want to try to go in guns blazing into this thing? I mean, I'm always up for a challenge, but you know, and I love to make things blow up, but we don't know how many armed security guards they're gonna have just yet.
Nonsense. You like blowing things up? That doesn't sound like you. I'm
I
kidding, of
got
course.
a couple of toys I think might be helpful.
By toys, what do you mean?
Yeah. What type
Well,
of
let me grab my PDF. Let me. Where's my character sheet? Oh no.
Sugar Skull, what sort of information are you looking for?
Looking for maps of the grounds of the of that building and nearby, and specifically trying to find floor plans for that specific building.
Yeah, anything we can find out on its security, that it would be great. Security system.
With 5 successes, you actually can probably find out quite a bit. I'm just trying to find my rating system really quick. Because I forgot to mark that, and of course it's the first thing I need. I have all sorts of sticky notes sticking in my book. That's not one of them.
Look out, she's got a sticky book.
Oh no.
No, you should wash your hands before touching it.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think Salvo isn't gonna. I, he, he knows it'd probably be better to go in forewarned than, regretful that you didn't. Going in knowing what you're facing is better than going in not knowing what you're facing.
Exactly.
Even if the plan is to just simply start throwing a fucking bunch of explosions around and shooting at people, still knowing where to throw the explosions and, how many people you're shooting is a good thing.
Okay, so 5 successes is actually going to give you a great deal of the security that is there. You're not going to be able to get a specific floor plan, but you're going to be able to get a kind of a general idea where you're going to end up going. What's actually going to catch most of your interest here, though, is going to be the fact that they have a mesh security pressure mesh completely around the building in every direction that will draw a lot of attention. They also have security cameras going everywhere. And lifeguards.
Any idea how many?
With the 5 successes, yeah, there are 5 of them.
Yeah.
Any idea on whether there are generators inside?
Not anything specific to the building.
Gotcha.
There also may be additional... what's a good word for this one? May be additional beasties that have been coerced to help with security on the grounds, but there's no specific area that they're in.
So 5 guards, possibly a few beasties, a lot of security cameras. Yeah, we definitely need to do something about the security cameras, because we can probably handle 5 guards and a few beasties, maybe, depending on the beasties and the guards. But
any other important buildings in the nearby area?
You are also going to just be cognizantly aware that you're going into an embassy that's going to have a fast response time if Knights Errant is made aware of the situation.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Is like Salvo's like, we don't want the Knights heading out after us. We don't want CorpSec security forces or anything like that. We can probably handle the local. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I mean, I probably should wait until Sugar Skull actually tells us this shit.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you it through your comms. My lovely Sugar Skull head pops up on them and talks.
We're probably all seeing this through shared comm link, whether we're apart or together, and we're seeing floor plans and whatnot shared through that.
Right. And Salvo's like, yeah, I would say the security cameras are going to be the first priority. CorpSec security, the Knights, anybody else comes running, and we're going to get overwhelmed fairly quickly. Even if we do a smash and grab, the cameras still need to go first, buy us at least a few seconds before the explosions start.
Yeah, I got a little bit of pull with local authority, but nothing for an embassy. They got their own laws,
Yeah, I'll do what I can on the cameras. Maybe I'll get a chance to get them looping. That way, it doesn't look like everything's out.
thing that you see in the news in regards to the embassy is on Council Island, they are actually dealing with a lot of riots. So Knights Errant does have their hands kind of busy. The riots are, at least right now, still a couple blocks away from where the embassy is.
Right.
I wonder if we can divert some of the crowds to the embassy grounds.
Create a bit of a distraction and take advantage of the chaos to get in and out. Still need the cameras out of sorts so that they don't see us, so that there's no trace of us being there, but it's not a bad idea. How would you propose we'd go about doing that?
Create a little chaos in one spot, and chaos is drawn to chaos. It's the only rule of chaos that you can count on.
Yeah.
By the way, you asked about toys. Well,
yes.
Betty herself has an Ares Alpha with a little couple attachments, like a grenade launcher. I got an RPK on the roof and a little detachable spot, and a couple of I got a rotodrone that's got a pair of alphas with some grenade launchers on it, a handful of gnats, handful of hornets.
God, slag it! Grandma's packing.
Well, you got anything with surveillance wise? Something go around the corner, give us a heads up before we run into trouble?
Trying to see what I've got on the gnat and the hornets. Those are
What are the riots over right now?
The overwhelming political challenges.
Yeah, I imagine it has a lot to do with the fact that Seattle's trying to secede from UCAS.
Yep, and everybody's got an opinion, and everybody's mentioning this opinion very loudly.
Yep, yeah, that's kind of what I was figuring.
Violently.
Yeah, because I imagine there's people on both sides of the issue. People that want, people that want to secede, and people that don't want to secede. People that, people that want to overthrow everything. People that just want to take advantage of the chaos, like us.
Well, the gnats are rigged for stealth. They've got their own rigger interfaces. I can take control of. The hornets have got themselves some evasion interfaces, and the rotodrone it totes my it totes the weapons for me.
Okay, so what we got at our disposal, we got a big troll, we got some spy drones and some combat drones. We got a lot of. I'm packing the artillery. And Skull, you've got you're gonna take care of the cameras and what have you. How do we want to? Are we gonna try to go hard and fast? Are we gonna try to go in quiet? How's this work? And Sakura, you haven't heard your opinion on any of this yet. How do you feel like we should hit this place?
I'm good either way, but I could sneak in ahead of everybody to see what I can see.
If it saves a couple of my toys, why not?
Well, Skull.
Excuse me.
Well, Skull, you know what we got, what kind of tools we got at our disposal. How do you think we lay them out here?
Okay, at that point, I decided to pull out of the Matrix and wake up. All right, looks like we gotta get the riot to come to us. And we get Sakura in there. That'll be a little bit easier to try making a route where the cameras don't see her before I start doing all the rest, or at least enough of the rest so the rest of you can get in. Slag heap we won't need until and unless something really goes wrong.
Yeah,
But
Plan B. Yeah, definitely a Plan B. You give me the word, we'll have him deployed at a moment's notice. Smash the front gates, he'll be his own riot.
What if he's what drives the riot in our direction?
that could work pretty well.
I mean, I'm just
But then,
spitballing ideas.
but then we might have a problem afterwards if anybody gets a good description of him, because he's pretty damn unique.
Fair enough.
Description. You're funny.
I
Well,
will
we're not going to have
throw
him
out
kill
a
everybody.
reminder while you guys are planning. You are going over by submarine, so it might also be interesting getting Slag Heap over there, unless you think they would have the means to get him over a different way.
I didn't realize we were going by submarine. This changes things.
Yep.
I wasn't here last week, so I
That's
guess
true.
that's to be expected.
I didn't think about that, or I just mentioned it.
Neither did I, or I would have had like an end game. Probably Salvo is like, since you weren't here, since you were otherwise occupied, the job is we got to go find out which direction the Council Island is going to lean on this whole secession issue with UCAS and Seattle. We also kind of like to get some dirt on this guy. John Abernathy's the guy that's going to have the information, the intel. Couple hours, we're on a submarine headed across to Council Island, which raises interesting questions.
Betty doesn't like water. Let's get that out of the way right now. Betty's not a fan of water. Neither am I, honestly, but I don't got a choice, do I?
Yeah, but you have your drone caddy. That helps.
We'll bring the Rotodrone along.
Like,
by the way, nobody give it a name. It doesn't need a name. I only name the things that give me issues, okay? It's kind of a luck thing.
Salvo shrugs. Suit yourself. So we're gonna send Sakura. So we're sending Sakura and a spy drone in first, and Skull's gonna run interference. Where do you want me? You want me holding in reserve, waiting? You want me to try to go in with him?
Well, you're kind of smooth. You might be good at pointing them in our direction, pointing the right in our direction. A few good shouts of, there go our oppressors over there, and, people probably tend to like you, right? And listen to you. Because I could probably get them moving, but I can't be in two places at once.
I'll do my best. And if all else fails, fire's a pretty good motivator.
Yes, it's already a riot.
he nods. He's like, all right, I drive the riot towards the building. Sakura goes in first with the drone, and you're running the computer interference. I guess that means, Sakura, you're going to be the one trying to find the intel.
I shall do my best.
All right. Yeah, I go get my my SMG and my machine pistol. Put my machine pistol in my conceal holster. And get my gear together. But Salvo is gonna take a nap before time to go, though. He's like, if you don't need me anymore, I'm gonna get a little bit of rest. Always got to be well rested before a fight. He's also trying to hide the fact that he's still 5 stun damage from that fireball, and then another couple from the mana bolt or the power bolt.
Yeah, let me look at how the getting that back works, because I don't remember how 6e has it. I remember it's different than 5e was. You guys want to keep talking while I'm looking that
Yeah,
up? If anyone else wants to do anything?
I think Salvo drinks his beer and goes back and goes to the room where he set up Kip, gets his stuff together, and goes to take a nap. So probably as he's walking out, he's like, "Somebody bang on the door when it's time to go."
Yeah, sure.
Would Slagheap actually be able to fit on the submarine?
Give me just a second. Let me make sure.
We're talking a submarine here.
Yes, they should.
Well, all right. Are we talking a mini sub or a full size sub? What
You get
full
to
size?
find out when you get to the piers.
Because it's a mini sub that only takes 2 people over at a time. That's a problem. Or actually,
If
we
it's a
could
mini
stay-
sub that only takes 2 people at a time, we'd have Slagheap throw it over.
Yeah, basically.
Say, unfortunately, you guys were not provided with that information.
Nope, we didn't think to ask either.
Yep.
We'll just have to trust that our contact knows that it's going to be a large team going over there.
They know who they hired, I hope. By the way, we're getting a little bit of buffering on stream.
Are we?
It's all, yeah,
But it's just buffering is all.
just a little bit. It might be on my end.
Hmm.
I doubt it, but it might be on my end.
How are you at carrying heavy loads while you run around Sakura?
It depends on how heavy of a load.
Well, I'm going to need to get closest to the building, and, well, I'm not that great at running around and hiding and stuff, so I don't want to be seen by guards. If you stick me in a bag, I could probably even just go into the Matrix there, as long as you, like, tuck me into a corner by the building or something.
How heavy are you?
Probably too heavy.
Just wondering about that.
The stream's looking all right. It's still working.
Okay, good. Hey, put an elf in a bag.
If Slagheap was one of our quiet choices, I would say he would be great to carry me.
Easily
But
do it, but
yeah, he could easily do it. But yeah, you're not built for that.
not quite.
Well, but worst case scenario, you keep an eye on me while I see what I can do, and when they figure out that I'm not supposed to be there and spot me, I'll try and talk my way out of it while you get behind them and make sure they don't remember.
I think. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on you.
Right on, right on. Yeah, did anybody bother to tell Drifter about like our confrontation with the ancients?
Nope.
Well, let's said anything about it.
Well, Salvo's taking a nap right now, so he can't actually tell him about it. So
Once Sakura's done talking with Sugar Skull, she's gone meditating.
yeah.
What a bunch of weirdos.
However, you might have, if you were still in the safe house, there's a chance you might have seen the fireball.
True.
She would have probably been not feeling well and decided to stick around. So,
So you drank
What
the
exactly-
Seattle water.
She got the cyber poops.
Oh
Jesus
God!
Christ. No, it's a head cold. Thank you for asking, though. So, did everything go smoothly? Or
Everything
you
went
guys?
smoothly until we tried to get home. Some ganger jokers were trying to play Toll Road.
Damn it! I should have been there. You know, Betty loves running over people.
Did you know that Bishop actually is very useful, and he calls in his guy who is very big and beats people to death with other people?
Yeah, he's crazy like that, don't you know?
Is that the slag heap person you're talking about?
Ah, you heard
Yeah.
that his mating call, I guess.
No, because Salvo actually mentioned Slag Heap by name, and actually
Oh.
did mention that he's a troll. Like,
Yeah, but his first thing was jumping into the middle of things, screaming slag heap. I'm
Oh, yeah.
sure his troll voice carries.
Oh, I'm sure.
Came in like a wrecking ball.
So you would have seen like a big bird from the house. You would have seen a big fucking fireball, and then heard something bellowing, "Me am Slag Heap."
Also, I did find recovery to heal stun damage. You roll
Yeah.
body plus willpower once per hour. And if anyone has any physical damage, it's body plus body once per day.
Body plus willpower. So how do I do that? I got 3 in body and 3 in willpower.
Hold on just a second. I think there was a place for it.
Is there a place that actually just does the roll for me?
There's a derivative lift and carry that's body plus willpower on the right hand side. If you want to just click that, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Word. That'll
That'll
work. 2
Two
successes.
successes. So you heal two bars on that first hour of rest.
Okay.
Or 2 boxes.
Yeah.
Which is better than nothing.
It
You
is
have-
better than nothing.
You have 2 hours before you're supposed to meet at the pier.
Yeah, so
I
goes,
would
yeah,
go ahead and
let's-
give you one more of those if you want to.
Let's do that then. 3
Yay,
successes.
3 more.
I only have 1 stun damage now. Yay! That's a lot better than where I was sitting. I was like 3/4 of the way through my stun damage going into this thing. I'm like,
Time you hit 3 boxes where it fills up a full row on that, it does give neg1 to all of your dice rolls.
I saw that, and then I was into neg 2, but I was all the way into neg 2 at that point.
Yeah.
was like, I don't
It gets
wanna-
nasty fast.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to fucking be all fucking negatives before we even start doing anything.
Yeah. That's why I decided to give you that second hour, because that first hour wasn't as helpful as I would have liked it to have been.
No, it wasn't as helpful as I would have liked for it to have been either. I'm like, really?
I really don't want to start like killing characters on the 3rd day, if at all possible. Not that you guys are immune to killing. Just throwing that out there.
Oh no.
Well, some of us might be, but
No, you're not immune either. Well, Bishop might be, but that's because I'm pretty sure he's not intending to be in the middle of anything.
nope. In fact, on this little soiree, I will say ahead of time that he's going to probably stay with the sub.
Alright.
Well, it wouldn't make sense for Drifter to go running in either, especially when you're kind of conked out controlling drones, so...
Yeah.
You got the world's beefiest bodyguard with you in that case.
Yeah. Salvo spends his time resting until it's time to go. And he gets his gear, heads to the sub. Yeah.
Anyone else want to do anything before you go to the subs?
Just make sure my gear is
all
ready.
set.
Yep, more or less. I should go check on the Rotodrone and get all that set up. Yeah, probably would make sure everything's ready there, but other than that, offer people a ride at least to the submarine.
I'll take that ride.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, I think Salvo's probably okay. I don't know, Yeah, he'd be willing to leave his motorcycle at the safe house and take a ride as well. You didn't really want to leave it locked, like just sitting out, fucking somewhere where we're like on a dock somewhere. Someone to steal that shit.
Oh, that's the best part.
Huh?
I said, oh, come on, that's the best part.
When they steal the motorcycle I spent a bunch of money on, sure.
Yeah.
With the shotgun attachment and everything.
That would make someone incredibly more lethal.
It would.
Okay, you guys head to the Tacoma docks and easily find Pier 25. Bobbing in the water at the end of the pier is a small flotilla of submarines.
By
Each
the
submarine
way-
only accommodates 2 passengers. It's time to get cozy.
Wow.
By the way, this drive over here, getting into her truck, getting into Betty, the first thing she says is, "Now remember, don't touch any live wires." I'm sorry, I don't have enough seatbelts for all of you. On the inside, there is so much junk, it seems, just everywhere. And there's room to stand. The pathway is remarkably clear, but just you have these little shelves built into the back. There's a bay. And taking off, it's taking off. I'm not sure if you guys have ever, seen a rally race, but it feels like you're driving in a rally race with her at the wheel.
Oh no, Salvo's perfectly fine with this. In fact, he finds it exciting. He's a bit of an action junkie to some extent. Like his caution in how to approach a mission is more out of his professionalism, but I mean, he's not going to complain about some extra speed, reckless behavior.
Yeah, Sugar Skull acts like he's pretty used to it too. He's like, "Oh, yeah, this is like riding in a street dogs vehicle."
All I'm saying is, if nobody else is going to obey the street laws, why should I? And I'm the bigger car. It's my right of way, isn't it? You think those scrapes on the side are for show? No. That's me playing bumper cars with people on the highway.
Salvo just nods his head like, yeah, that makes complete sense. Why would your attitude be anything different? You know, it's like, fuck it. Hey.
So. Rolling in.
Is Betty a roadmaster?
Yes. Betty is, in fact, a roadmaster.
Alright then. Well, when you're driving a tank, you can play bumper cars with whatever you want to.
That is true.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys see the flotilla of submarines. Each submarine only accommodates about 2 passengers. Hope you didn't have any bright ideas about bringing heavy hardware or armor, because there is not going to be room for it.
Nope, my armor suit will do fine.
Nope. I have an armor vest. That's it. So I don't wear
Can I
heavy
fit
armor.
a drone and I in one sub?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
And Slagheap would probably be in a sub by himself if you can trust him in a sub by himself. Or someone small would have to go with him.
I mean, Bishop is not the biggest guy. Knight and Rook, they would be able to get him into the sub, but I think Bishop. I'm thinking he's like 5'8", 5'9", portly and greasy.
Greasy might help him.
Greasy.
He might regret the decision when they get to Council Island, but...
When we get there, we open the hatch and the most horrible stench just comes out.
Ooh.
Like
Yes.
he had gas.
Oh God. Yeah, Salvo would probably be willing to ride with Sugar Skull or Sakura.
Sugar Skull says, I think Sakura should come with me because we both got business on this end. You've got to go over to where the riots are.
Right, I'm kind of by myself, so I guess I'm riding in one by myself. Yeah, because I gotta go. I gotta go get the riots moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
This is gonna be interesting because I don't think I have skills for this.
You know, you're
Most
not.
things have an autopilot program.
I was gonna say,
Sure,
Drifter
No,
is not familiar with vessels.
No, I meant
Oh.
with moving the crowd.
With the crowd control. Yeah,
Yeah.
crowd
Yes.
control.
The influence.
Yeah, that's likely going to boil down to more physical means, but we'll get there when we get there. What is it?
So, with that, well, you're gonna make it over to Council Island just fine.
During the ride
sub-
over,
Mhm.
Sugar Skull asked Sakura, so you had some problems when they were putting away the slag heap thing?
It's nothing I couldn't handle. His head wasn't that hard.
Yeah, did any of the Three Stooges do anything to help?
Yeah, they finally got him calmed down. It
Did
would have
it
been a fun.
involve a little box?
Question, Ollie,
Yeah.
how many more?
Yeah, that's what calmed them down when they took him out of the car. So I want to find out what's with that little box. I mean, it controls him somehow. Just seeing it.
That would be interesting to know what it does.
Yeah, because if he's got some sort of interior shock system like the old animal collars, it's kind of inhumane. And I don't know whether he'd be more friendly if people treated him friendly instead of like those guys do.
I do want
Hard to say. But he sure can beat people up.
Yes, he can. I barely know if he understands English though. I
Well,
think that's going to be it on the ride, ride there.
Yeah, I was gonna say he understands 3 words in English.
Yes, he does.
Bologna Jelly might be able to give more information on this, but I will say that they did give him a command and he listened.
Yeah, true.
I'm not involved in that conversation, so
Yeah.
Neither is Salvo, and Salvo wouldn't have seen that anyway because he walked away before that, trying to hide the fact that he was out of breath.
Yeah. He did the fireball. Shit, that hurt.
Yeah. Nope, I'm good. Nope, totally good. I do that all the time. Whew, yep, I'm gonna go back to the house. Yeah, I don't have any more business here.
Time to go. Time to go. Be not here.
I gotta go pee. I'll see you guys at the house.
When
Yeah.
you get to Council Island, we'll drop you off about 1,000 meters north of the Salish Seed Council building embassy.
Mhm.
So you will have a little bit of room between you and the building if you want to try to see if you can gather any more information, or if you want to seek out riots. That's about where you are.
Well, my job is to seek out riots, so, and I'm probably going to, I don't know, I might try to gather information along the way. I mean, if I'm going to be mixing him with the crowd and trying to get him to go in a direction, then I suppose, what would I even roll for that? Well,
Which part specifically?
Well, for for gathering information. I'm fairly certain that riots aren't that hard to find.
Perception.
But where am perception?
Should be under skills.
Oh, I don't have that skill, and I have that hide unused skills. So perception. I don't. There it is. It's down there. Nope, no successes. I don't learn anything.
Yeah, you don't figure out anything new.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That's right, because I have knowledge skills, and I think I have
Ooh,
knowledge.
what do you have under
streets.
knowledge?
I think I have knowledge streets. I know I have knowledge politics.
I
Oh,
remember
man.
looking it up last week, but I don't remember what you actually have to roll for knowledge skills. Let me look that up again. Knowledge skills.
Come on, what are you doing? Overview. There we are.
Perception or memory test for knowledge skills?
Perception or memory test. Yeah, I have secret societies, magical societies, arcana, politics, and nightclubs. So, nope, I don't have streets. I thought maybe I did. I have
A lot of
languages.
interesting knowledges.
Yeah.
Maybe politically, you can figure out which is the best group to lead to the building, and
No.
which is the one that's going to follow them, also being angry.
That's a good point. Like which side would be more likely to try to do some chaos outside of the Abernathy's offices? And that's a memory test.
Memory or perception? Memory would be recalling facts. Perception is trying to look over a general situation. I would say for this one, probably memory, since you're trying to recall which group would.
Oh, 6.
Hey, that's a lot better than the perception roll.
Yeah,
Nice.
it is. Yeah, it is. A lot better.
Let's see here. Let me look up something with Abernathy really quick.
And I'd also kind of be like trying to figure out, like, I would also be trying to remember what would be the most effective thing to say about John Abernathy that would get this side moving towards his offices. Like, what's going to get them riled up about Abernathy and this political situation? Is that way I can be like, his offices are just down the street. Let's go.
Let's see here.
I mean, if all else fails, I'll end up making shit up. But
The Sully Sheet don't have a strong opinion either way, however, they seem to perceptively lean closer to a free Seattle. So if you are wanting to try to prod people for an attack, you would have better luck in the UCAS crowd. People that are supporting the staying in UCAS.
Yeah, I think I'll probably that's probably what I'm going to do then. I'm going to probably get it, infiltrate myself among the UCAS crowd, and probably I'm going to find like a car or something to get on top of, and I'm going to be like, and probably like grab a sign from somebody on the way. Like, I'm sure there's people, because there are people that always have extra signs at these kinds of things. Get up on there and be like, and raise it up and start shouting some slogan or another, and then be like, and then shout to the. And I'm kind of waiting at this point. I'm taking position and waiting for everybody else to get into position and be ready for me to try to send the riots their way. So I'm gonna let everybody else do their thing, and cue me up for when they're ready for me to do my thing.
What I would need you to roll for persuasion.
That's actually under influence.
But is there a skill associated with it?
I mean, I've got,
It's one of the specialties to influence.
and all I have is raw charisma. I don't have any skills in this direction.
Okay, gotcha. Yep, I see that.
Which is why leveraging my political knowledge is going to be much more helpful here, because if I'm just fucking making shit up and being like, let's go over there, that's why I need to have a good fucking reason to convince them with. I need something that they're already going to fucking agree with to get them motivated.
So you're gonna wait out for just a bit for everyone else to kind of get in a better position?
I'm pretty much, I think the idea would be that he's waiting for Sugar Skull, because Sugar Skull's the key, right? He's the one that's got to deal with the cybersecurity. And once he's ready and he's got the cybersecurity on loops and stuff, then maybe or is ready, or maybe even is queuing that up and is like, regardless of whether he needs me to start that before he starts disabling security or after or during, I'm waiting for his signal, basically.
Gotcha. Okay. So, everyone other than Salvo, what are we doing? Don't everybody talk at once.
Trying to help Sugar Skull find a place to actually sort of
Yeah, I've got
be
to
somewhat hidden, but close enough that he can do his thing.
When you find that place, let me know.
Yeah, I'm looking around to see if I can spot a nice place and/or spot people looking for me. I mean guards looking for trouble.
Fair.
Would it be smarter to have us split up or stick together? Because if we stick together, there's fewer chances of people finding us. But if we split up, then we might be less noticeable.
It's a six of one thing, half dozen of another. Whatever works.
No, Drifter'd probably go with you to try and find a spot together.
Any good info with 3 successes?
Let me go back to Roll20. Was that Matrix perception?
No, this is actually using my eyes and looking at the building and looking
Okay.
for guards.
Opening the peepers.
For 3 successes. Get back to my chart. From the outside of the building, you can tell that there are a lot of security cameras. From where you are, you can see 6 of them. They look to have pretty much covered everything approaching the building.
He looks at Sakura. You don't necessarily have to carry a body, right? How good are you at dragging the bodies to places where people won't find them?
Dragon's not as bad.
Okay, good. Wait till you get my signal, and that'll mean that they won't be able to see us on the cameras.
Okay.
And I go comatose. I'll go into Cold Sim VR.
Oh,
What is the Matrixscape look like here?
Make a matrix perception test. What that one looks like should be electronics plus intuition.
How do I just roll 5 dice? Damn it.
character sheet, not character sheet screwing up.
No, I'm the one that screwed up. I'm no good
you're
at using this character sheet.
Ah.
If you go into the advanced dice roller on the left side, go down to the bottom, there's a compounded option for doing Shadowrun style, the target number of 5, and then you would roll X amount of d6.
You lost me in advanced.
So on the left side of the screen, the bar, there's the dice roller thing.
Oh, okay.
So not on the character sheet, yeah.
Yeah.
And at the bottom, there's the advanced dice roller, and it'll pop that up.
Dice roller, you would put the amount of dice you're rolling, the type of dice you're rolling, and in the optional additional settings section, you can do compounded Shadowrun style, target number greater than 5. Would it be greater than 4? I'm not sure how this is set up. I don't know, let me roll a bunch of dice and see what it says.
Greater than 5.
Is it greater than 5? Okay. I wasn't sure if equal to was set to that.
Yeah. That way it takes 5s and 6s.
Okay. I haven't played with the dice rollers enough to know if greater than also meant greater than or equal to.
How do I roll a
Why
d6
did
and
you
get it
an
to 11? What the hell?
Roll
Do you have
20.
it? Do you have it set to that double exclamation mark makes it exploding dice?
I guess that's compounded
Shut up,
Shadowrun
Dave.
style.
And I love how it says it's 2 success. Well, 1 success with a 1.
The 1 is actually a failure. The 11 would have been the
The
success.
11 must have
because
been
it
a
probably would have been the
6.
6.
Yeah.
Did
So
those
that was
not
prob-
cancel?
Yeah, it looks like I rolled dice and I got a 7 on a d6, so I'm guessing that the 6s are exploding rolling that way, so we'll just
Yeah.
know that moving forward. It's a success.
Or we can just go with none for exploding and just leave it at that and look at the numbers. But I got 1 success.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
you got 1 success.
That was actually
The system you're going against got 2 successes, so you aren't able to really get anything because their security was able to prevent you from getting information.
Actually, with the dice roller, set it exploding to separate, and do not click on the compounded Shadowrun style. That's where you get the 11 from.
For an old version of Shadowrun. I don't know.
Yeah, the exploding dice is an older version. There's no exploding dice in 6.
Yeah. Okay. Leo, I just assumed that the thing that was marked for Shadowrun was actually qualified for this version of Shadowrun, so that's what I get for assuming.
No, it's set for the last version.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Okay.
I've got to find those cameras. What can
Please.
I try?
If you want to wait 15 minutes, you can try again. Just it does involve waiting. And you guys may be susceptible to anything that might be wandering the grounds.
Well, I am going to keep an eye out for that
Okay.
while he's busy doing his thing.
Sense.
I poke at the body. It's like, yeah, it's still alive, I think.
Hold a mirror up to his mouth. Yeah, they're still breathing.
Beyond Sacra's like, what? Whatever. Poke. I'm poking dead body.
Get out a big stick.
That's what I was going to say. Get a stick and poke it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so we've got someone
Sorry,
keeping
computer.
eyes out. Go ahead and roll perception for whoever's keeping an eye out. One success. You do hear noises in the distance, but you can't tell if they are from the riots or from the building.
Fair enough. Well, I just keep watching. I know there's something out there. I don't know what it is. Don't know where it's come from. But there's something out there.
Salvo, what are you doing in the meantime? Are you trying to gather information? Are you trying to start rousing the crowd? Or are you just kind of hanging out in the background waiting for a signal? Jesta?
Sorry, apparently I was muted. As everybody loves to tell me, check the chart. In any case, I think Salvo is he's on top of a car anyway, so he's just sort of gathering a certain amount of attention. But right now, he's not necessarily differentiating himself in any other way besides that. Maybe he takes half a second to send a quick message to probably Sugar Skull or Drifter to find out if they're ready. Because at this point nobody has told him anything and he's kind of waiting. Like it's just kind of. But yeah, and if they're in the Matrix, they probably don't even get it. But he doesn't know that.
We still get things
so.
in the Matrix.
Do you? Okay. Yeah, he probably dings you with like a, hey, what's up? Are you guys ready for me to start trying to get this riot moving?
About how far away are you? I'm still working on cameras.
I don't know, how many blocks would I be away? At this point.
I'm not sure because all the measurements in this thing are in metric. Give me just a second.
Hold on. We have our own translator here, Brian.
Yes.
Okay, so he'd be about 500 meters away. How many blocks is that?
500 meters?
Yeah.
Oh, a meter is 3 feet 3 inches.
Okay. Let's see.
So he's about 1,500. You said feet? Oh,
Yeah,
so
3 feet 3 inches per.
It's just over a yard then. So,
Yeah.
600 yards?
Yeah, that'd be pretty close.
Yeah.
650 yards, something like that.
Yeah, I'd probably said that back. I'd be like, yeah, yeah, I'm about this many meters away.
According to Google Converter, it would be roughly 7 blocks then.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd probably be like, about 7 blocks away.
Okay, then not yet, but soon. I'll let you know.
Okay, yeah. So for the time being, so, kind of watching, also sort of watching the situation too, to some extent. Um, is there any kind of police presence here right now, or are they kind of
Is
staying the
police
fuck away
presence,
from?
but they're not necessarily like stopping the rioting. They're more just kind of protecting the businesses.
As they
They're
do.
pretty much letting people do whatever the hell they want to, as long as they don't wreck shit.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Sounds like late stage capitalism. We don't care if you kill each other, just don't mess up the businesses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just don't cost a business owner any money. You can do whatever else you want to each other.
Yeah.
What hell of a
No,
subreddit too.
no looting
What was
and
that?
rioting.
Well, that's one hell of a subreddit.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. But yeah, there's well, there's probably like rioting, but I'm guessing I mean, it's a riot, but I'm guessing what she's talking about is you know, they're kind of keeping them away from the business front, so they're at least not looting.
Exactly. There are a couple cars that have already been set on fire, but no buildings have been set on fire.
I can change that if people want me to. But not yet. Yeah, so I'm keeping an eye on where the police presence is and keeping an eye on the crowd and like sort of monitoring the tensions here. So, yeah. I might agitate a couple of, I might agitate or I might actually agitate or pretend to agitate people who are already flipping a car or something. Like,
As long as they don't start flipping the one you're on, right?
yeah, there's a couple other people on my side of on the UCAS side are flipping cars over, and I'm over here like acting like I'm telling them to do it. Like, yeah, you wreck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Fair enough. Okay, let's go ahead and get another Matrix perception from whichever character was doing that. Sugar Skull. And I wish you were getting higher on that.
Me too.
Two will give you a little bit more information though. More than one at least. From there, you can tell that there are 11 cameras and pressure mesh everywhere. The pressure mesh
shit.
will be triggered if anyone larger than 50 kilograms steps on it.
Ooh.
Sakura, we got a problem.
Yeah, I'm not that lightweight.
If you want to try hacking it, you can. I can tell you that much. I need to look up the trigger again.
Hack it.
Definitely going to try hacking it.
Okay, let me look up what the trigger is. Hold on, there's a lot of actions. I just want to make sure I have you checking the right one.
I'm rooting for you, buddy. I'm rooting for you.
At least hacking has a button made for it.
Through that. Okay. Looks like jam signals would probably work for what you're trying to do. Or if you want to try to reboot the devices, you could try that also. Those are the two big ones that I'm seeing that would probably be helpful. Control device. I just saw that one. Control device will, however, take control away from whatever is controlling it, so they may become more aware of you.
What was that first choice?
First choice, let me go back to it. Jam signals would have been cracking plus logic for the roll, or there's reboot device, which would have been electronics and logic versus the device's willpower and firewall.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I want it so that if there are signals, they don't get out. So that's the jam, right?
A jam. Cracking plus logic will be what you're rolling then.
Ooh, and I have that that advantage that gives me +1 edge for using logic.
Nice. Okay, logic plus.
And I'm gonna use all 4 of my points because I believe I have 3 normally.
Okay.
Gonna use all 4 to re-roll all my failures.
Nice. I'm gonna get you a reroll of 8
That's
dice.
8. Nice. So 2 more successes.
2 more successes? Okay, so with the jam signals, that is going to be anything within 100 meters of you doesn't know what it's doing at this point.
All right, Sakura. I've cleared the path. They don't know what's going on. Run me to the side of the building and start your infiltration.
Okay, I will get Sugar Skull to the building as best as I can.
Kido? Get through. One thing that you will see about the time you get to the building, a bar guest is going to be wandering the grounds. It does not seem to notice you, and I don't remember what a bar guest looks like, and I can tell you in just a second.
Ooh, this could be
Basically a
interesting.
hellhound, isn't it?
Yeah,
If I
it's a type
remember
of,
right.
yeah, it looks somewhat like a hellhound.
Except it looks like it's on steroids.
Isn't everything in Shadowrun on steroids?
Everything's on drugs, at least.
Gee, sounds
Yeah,
like
they
my
put it in the-
Cyberpunk games.
They put it in the soy.
Stand about 85 centimeters at the shoulder and weigh approximately 90 kilograms. Short, sleek fur, either pure white or pure black. Extremely muscled. Spiky. They have sharp spines protruding across the length of their back, and their eyes shine red.
Oh, lovely.
I think Sugar Skull would be happy not knowing that this is going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and
Yeah.
you are supposedly in a bag, so I think.
It's okay. Reading the description of Barghest, the only thing I can think of is like the weird dog things in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, but with fur.
Yeah.
And maybe slightly longer back legs.
Are you the keymaster?
Are you the gatekeeper?
I was waiting to see who was going to do it. I like it.
Not going there.
Anyways, you have Sugar Skull next to the building, and Sakura is over there. What is everyone else doing? Bishop.
Bishop
Like-
is outside of the submarine, just kind of sitting on the side of the submarine, like drinking a warm beer that he smuggled from the safe house.
Okay, what's Slagheap doing in the meantime then?
Still inside the sub.
Fair enough. Stay in there, you filthy animal.
On occasion, there'd be banging from inside the sub, and you'd hear Bishop yell, "Quiet down in there! Stay still!" And then take a big swig of
Notice
beer.
from the subs that most of them have actually gone down and seem to have gone away. They did leave yours there, though.
Oh, well, thank God for that.
But
How
they,
do they
they
expect
did
us to leave?
they did have a scheduled pickup for you, and I'm sorry I should have told you
Yeah,
this
they
before.
do.
You have 2 hours.
Yeah, we had 2 hours to do this thing.
Sorry, I forgot to
I-
remind you that.
I
That's
knew-
on me.
I knew we had a pickup. I didn't remember it was 2 hours.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
sorry.
If that's the case, then I would imagine Slagheap and Bishop are just sitting like near the drop-off point.
Well,
Imagine like Slagheap doing like the sad Hulk.
Just kind of sitting there, maybe chewing on some meat that they brought along to keep them quiet or something.
right on.
How many of you are there? Sakura, Sugar, Cole, Salvo. Drifter, what you doing?
That's a good question. I have no idea. Partly because, let's see here. How far away can my drone get?
What type of drone are you working with?
Well, it's gonna be the Rotodrone. Actually, no, we're gonna start with the little stuff, I guess. No, the Rotodrone would probably be backup for Sakura. So, we'll probably be doing that. Okay, this book is no help. Was that something I would look at my rig for, or is that the drone, or...
Hey, Bologna Jelly, do you remember how it was? Because rigging, realistically, as far as the stats, is all the same from 5e to 6e. Do you remember how that works?
What are we trying to do?
Figure out range. How far away can the drone go from the person?
It depends on the ambient noise level around them. But generally speaking, I think up to 1 mile, that's 0 noise level. Up to 5 miles, it's a noise level of 1. Beyond that, up to 15 miles, it's 2. And after that, it goes up from there.
So we're
if you
talking
were to
with
try to-
miles, so... Okay.
Yeah, that's in miles.
Okay.
Because I'm an Imperial.
No. But what I'm saying is, it's in miles, not in feet.
Yes.
So we have some
Yeah.
room to work with, which means
Yeah.
that Drifter would probably actually go to the pickup point, where Slagheap and Bishop are, and more or less just be having the drone following Sakura in the drone.
How stealthy is that drone?
It's rigged for stealth, so...
Okay,
Let's
good.
see here.
Just checking. Didn't want this loud drone following our quiet ninja.
That's not even a stat I would know where to find.
Yeah.
With drones in 5e, you take a -2 penalty on most of the rolls that you would use, but you could have it run. Oh wait, that's. I think that's for like electronic noticing.
Excuse me.
I was gonna say run quietly action.
Yeah, running silence.
Run
is a
in
Matrix
silence.
thing.
That's it.
Yeah, that's not a physical thing.
Yeah, my bad.
Hold on, let me remember what all stuff in this chart means. Forgot we had a drone person. I'm not gonna lie.
That's okay. It's probably because we didn't have one last week.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Don't be sorry.
It
man.
happens. It is not a big deal. I am not blaming you. This is a me problem, not a you problem. Top speed, acceleration, body armor pilot sensor. I don't remember what the sensor rating means.
See, I have been guilty of this before, not fully checking out something that somebody wanted to play, and then got onto the table and were like, "How does that ability work? I don't know."
The drone rigging stuff, I mean, it is literally 3/4 of a page on 201, and yeah.
Yeah.
Actual drone stuff isn't much better.
Oh, drone's even smaller.
Yep.
You guys don't know how close I was to making this elf character, giving him the orc poser flaw.
Oh,
Would
that
be
would have been
hilarious.
fun.
That's why I almost did it. It's like, that would be kind of funny.
The ugliest elf in town.
I cannot say that I have not played similar characters in the least. At one point, in the Sunday game that I have with Eric, I was playing this like meek thing that looked like you could probably punch it literally in half, and I had it posing as a dwarf. So it talked tough and it acted tough, but realistically, if anyone had tried to hit it, it probably would have gone across the room.
Ah, yes.
Okay, yeah, and rather than remotely controlling, well, do I have to be, let's see here. Well, I don't need to. Okay, so I can be jumped into one drone at a time with just the VCR. I don't need to be in the RCC for that. That's nice, because the RCC's back in the Roadmaster. That would be a problem.
Yeah, doesn't that mean you can't do the swarm of little drones?
No, which is why we're going with the medium drone.
Gotcha.
I feel like right now, especially for me being new, the best thing is to learn how to use one drone before we get ambitious with like 2 or 3.
Oh, come on, fleets are fun.
They will be if I know what I'm doing, but
Fair enough. Okay, well, let's go ahead then and we'll worry about the one for now then.
Yeah.
And between now and next week, I will look more into rigging so I have better answers and can find things faster. Let me make a quick note to myself. Okay, coolio. So you have your...
Meanwhile, Sugar Skull lets Salvo know. Okay, start driving the trouble this way.
Looks like he stepped away for a second.
yes.
Yeah, he just stepped away for a second.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Okay.
How dare you?
Sugar Skull tells you that it's time to drive the crowd this way.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably going to yell something about like we need to tell Abernathy that let's see. We need to tell Abernathy and the City Council that we're staying put. We're part of the UCAS and we're proud of it. You know, like I have it on good authority that John Abernathy is going to lean towards succession, and we need it. You know, his office is just 7 blocks that way, and that's gonna be. I got my skills. And you said that's a...
Influence.
I do not see... There it is. It's going to be influence. No successes. Nobody's paying any fucking attention to me. Alright. Well,
Pretty much.
Well...
You hear a couple people, like, agree with you, but they're too busy doing their own thing to really pay you too much mind.
Alright. Well, then, fire is always a great motivator. So...
Oh, God.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down off the car. I'm going to work my way around. I'm going to try to work my way to the... I'm going to work my way to the side, to whichever direction Abernathy's offices are in, and kind of like, and I'm going to throw a, and I'm probably going to use the crowd as cover for this, but I'm going to throw a fireball at the UCAS in the UCAS protesters' direction, but I'm going to hit like a building, and I'm going to see. So
shoot past people then, or what exactly are you trying to do?
what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it look like the secessionist protesters are starting to throw magic at the UCAS protesters. I'm trying to get them to start coming towards... I want it to look like it's coming from that direction so that like they start pressing towards Abernathy's offices. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but you know,
We're gonna find out.
we're going to find out. And I'm probably going to send a message to Bishop to be on standby in case I need the troll to drive to press that forward. But I'm going to set a building on fire.
It did?
Alright, so that's The damage is, if I remember correctly, it's my magic plus my rating plus my successes, so that's 6. And I don't mind if I get a few pro UCAS protesters in the midst of this, because Salvo's actually a secessionist. So that's 6, and my magic rating is 6, so that's 12 damage to the building and anybody close enough to get hit by it.
See how many cops just saw that. Let me run a quick roll here.
Right.
Me, Jeff.
But I would like to point out that like I pull a bandana up to cover the bottom half of my face before I do this. Kind of mask up a little bit.
That's a wise move.
I thought so. So it's kind of why I did it.
That is a wise move. Okay. On the plus side, they didn't roll for shit.
There you go.
They could tell the general direction that the fireball came from, and you see several officers start coming in your direction, but they also seem to be taking fairly broad looks, so they look like they are looking for you. They don't necessarily see you.
I am going to use the crowd to sneak away from them.
That being said, with 12 damage on the fireball, there's like bodies blown in all directions, and people are running everywhere.
Everywhere
Now
they're
that's
not.
a riot.
I'm probably going to send a message to Bishop, like giving him directions that we need the troll to come from to drive them towards Abernathy's offices.
So what you're saying is, unfortunately, we did start the fire.
Yes, we did. Yeah. To borrow a phrase from another fire-wielding character that I used for quite a while, I am the fire.
So far, yeah.
Missed
And
it.
don't forget to take that drain.
Yes, because I take 4 drain on that.
Correct.
Yeah, that was kind of a big oof.
Yeah. You're still not quite as down as you were.
No, but the last time though, my drain was as high as it was because I had cast a mana bolt as well, or a power bolt as well.
I
Because
forgot about that.
I threw a fireball first, and then we weren't done with him immediately, so I threw a mana bolt or a power bolt at one of the leaders. I vaporized a leader, but this time I'm just throwing a fireball at a building and fucking everybody up.
This is true. This is true.
Hold on.
There's like this general direction.
So just because I said I would do it. How big is the room?
Streets.
It doesn't matter. I still throw a fireball.
Yep.
Yeah. Kind of trying to stealth my way away and get myself to a spot where maybe I can, like, actually I'm going to try to go to the UCAS, where the UCAS side is, and start trying to direct the anger back towards the secessionists. It's like, the fireball came from them! And I'm going to keep tying Abernathy's name to this regardless, whether he has anything to do with it or not, because repetition, you know what I mean?
So far in America.
Yeah.
Why not?
So.
And that's all of this politicalism I'm getting in this statement.
No successes, nobody's listening to me, but if anybody was paying attention, they did see the fireball come from the secessionist side of the crowd.
Yeah. And
Why is
there
it
is a
rolling
mad dash.
It's
There are people flipping cars. There are people just going everywhere. There are now people fighting the cops actively.
Like,
And
well,
you have caused mass panic.
so I sent a message to Sugar Skull. Well, I think law enforcement's going to be tied up for a while, but I don't think the crowd is going in any particular direction. Other than
Gosh.
crazy.
your dice rolling looks weird. All I see is a bunch of zeros, and
Oh, on my influence?
Yep.
yeah,
I don't know, because it's supposed to be. I don't have any skill in influence, but it should at least be rolling my charisma in there, I guess.
Here.
I get a -1 for not having shit in there.
Is it
Yeah.
alright if I take a look at your character sheet for 2 seconds? Am I allowed to do that
Yeah, that's fine.
to see if I can't fix that?
Somebody's gonna have to give you the permissions if you don't already.
I
have
was
them,
gonna
but
say,
yeah.
is that alright if I do that? Devana? Hello?
Yes.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was like, not hearing anything. Alright.
Sorry, I thought I responded.
No worries. Okay, so that was what? A charisma plus influence, huh?
But yeah, it would have been the influence roll that was messing up.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Well, you do have -1 in that. But that is the charisma. So if I just go to attribute, and if we reinsert charisma, then maybe. Oh,
I just thought I was rolling shit on influence.
huh. Let's see. What if I did 0 and then -1 again? There we go. There you go.
Oh, okay. So how did it? Huh.
So when I go in and edit the character sheets, I have to reload some things, and so
Okay.
sometimes the computer is not smart enough to see the box and reconnect it with the new dice pool, and so it said it gave you a dice pool of 0 for whatever reason instead
Okay.
of 2. And
Okay.
actually,
Yeah.
ooh, can I fix your other skills? Because a couple of your other skills are like that as well. I just
Really?
saw that.
Okay.
Yes.
Like, well, I mean, yeah, sure. If my
Okay.
skills are wrong.
looks like I passed my perception roll on that.
Alright, let's see here.
So here
Okay.
comes the big question then. We're coming on 9:30. Do we want to just kind of wrap where we are or do we want to keep going for a bit?
I'm okay either way. Because I don't have to wake up in the morning.
Yeah, I'm fine either.
It's
I'm
my night
fine
off
going
right now.
on
So.
myself.
What's up?
Didn't hear you, Baloney Jelly.
I'm fine continuing on myself. I don't work tomorrow, so. Plus, I'd like to
you
see
lucky people.
how bad we fuck this up, and so Slikey can smash things.
But
Fine, continue.
like I say, I mean, if you have to go, that's also fine. So yeah. it's
Oh,
just-
no,
Yeah,
it's
how is
just-
the GM doing?
Yeah.
I'm doing good.
Okay.
Your skills should actually be properly rolling this time.
Okay.
Sugar Skull, can I take a quick look and see if... Nope, yours are good, Sugar.
Yeah, I just happened to look at his 0 and notice he rolled exactly 0 both times. Then I saw those crazy zeros up there. I'm like, something's wrong there.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
I
so that
fixed it.
being said, you've rolled a couple of those. Go ahead and roll influence like 3 times.
Okay.
And see if you've had any better crowd influence than you have.
1. That's 2 successes, 0 successes, and 0 successes.
But they're
Okay.
actually rolling dice this time.
Yes, they are rolling dice this time. So I have one that I got 2 successes on. Yeah, I don't do well with influence. My didn't put any skill ranks into it, so it's all raw charisma.
Gotcha. Okay, so with the 2 successes on one, you would have a couple of people that are kind of listening to you, but you wouldn't have inspired any like mass riot. So,
Right.
Excuse me.
The fireball. I had to use a fireball to inspire a mass riot. So
you definitely inspired a mass riot.
that's too fucking.
There's madness in the streets right now.
Anarchy in the UK.
Anarchy in Seattle, anyway.
True that. True that.
But do I get a response from Sugar Skull or Bishop about my? Because I sent Bishop like, hey, I did start a riot. It's not going anywhere in particular. Law enforcement is tied up, but we might want to try to drive them towards Abernathy's office. And to Sugar Skull, I sent, yeah, started the riot. It's the law enforcement has their hands full, but it's kind of just everywhere. It's not like going in a specific direction.
Yeah, so I would have sent a message back that said, "Do you really want this meathead to go balls first into a crowd like that?"
I would just forward that. I would just forward that conversation to Sugar Skull too. I mean, like, being that he is the guy, he is essentially the guy in the chair. He's the one that's gonna that's essentially running the operation.
Can you have the big guy smash some things and spook people in the direction of the building? That would be nice.
Maybe have him target property rather than people.
Says the guy who threw a fireball into a wall and killed like a dozen people.
I wouldn't say a dozen, but there were a few bodies that flew.
Well, here's the deal though. I was able to hide among a crowd and stealth around, and likely and put a bandana on, so I'm not going to be as easy to find later on. Slagheap's pretty noticeable. He's pretty yeah.
He's not gonna hide.
There's going to be no stealth whatsoever.
Inclination to, he wouldn't be able to.
So if he destroys property, charges will be a lot easier to deal with than if he starts killing people.
Yeah, especially if he's running around yelling his name.
Yeah.
Save Slagheap for the emergency Hail Mary at the end, then.
Yeah, it's best that he gets saved for the plan B.
All right. Yeah. In that case, I'm gonna kind of keep an eye on the riot. I'm gonna kind of try to stay as distant, stay out of the mix as much as possible, but also kind of stay, out of security's eyesight. Because I guess at the very least I can keep an eye on like the police force and make sure that, and keep reporting that back if there's any major changes. I mean, effectively I created a distraction, so I did my job.
This is true. This is definitely a distraction.
I
mean, it would tie up on any police forces, so there's probably a response team on the way there.
Yeah.
Subsequently will not be at the embassy.
Yep. Or they'll be delayed getting there, because by the time if you guys set any alarms off, by the time that happens, they'll be too engaged in what's going on here to be able to break off.
Sakura, you inside yet?
We got something to worry about maybe out here. It's okay, I'll take care of it.
Okay.
said, I'm actually going to want a matrix perception test from Sugar Skull again. Are you there? Oh, there we go.
There we are.
Oh, that's not good.
That's too bad.
That was a lot of dice to roll for that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, that just goes to show you what the quantum roller of Roll20 does.
I am going to give you a little bit, mostly because you might have at least picked up on a little bit of this earlier. There are more cameras inside than there are outside.
Wow.
You aren't able to tell specifics, but there's a lot of them. As far as trying to get into the building, the jammer is still going to be able to provide a little bit of information or a little bit of protection as far as the cameras outside go, and the mesh. But let me see what it takes to get inside. Sorry, I've got it written down. I just need to find my notes. There is a maglock keypad on the outside door that you would need to be able to get past.
Well, that's not my job. Because the maglocks, they're not electronic.
Hey, yeah, I got a lockpick.
Oh God.
Oh, goody.
And how big is the lockpick?
About almost 9 feet tall.
It's not time for anything that big to open a door yet. How do you think? Well,
All of those successes
What's-
down the drain.
I know, right? I was like, what the hell?
you done with that problem out here, Sakura?
I'm not good picking locks.
Try to break the lock, or it would be an engineering check. Or it'd be an engineering check to try to like do a lock pick action against the maglock, or you can try to like physically break the lock. Those are kind of your options.
Well, there's always break the door, but you know.
What about shoot the lock?
That would also be damaging the lock, so if you have a gun, you can try.
I can, and it's silent.
That is beneficial.
Extremely beneficial.
That is based off of a rating that I did not write down. Look that up really fast.
I know that feeling. How does this stat block work again? Oh shit. I'm supposed to look at that.
You know, while this is unfolding, I'm like kind of thinking about this in terms of like if it were an AMV, and if it were, I think the background song I would use here would probably be like Icon for Hire Make a Move. Just because it's got like that, like sort of like raucous vibe to it.
The 11 is the one we're looking at for 11 attack rating, 5 damage, 3 successes. You cracked the screen. But the lock is still active.
Is there a second floor?
I hope so.
are 3 floors, in fact.
Can I see a second floor window?
Does it have windows listed?
Or a third floor window?
Sure, why not? It doesn't say whether it has them or not. We'll say they have windows. It's an embassy building. It's probably pretty.
Probably does. Hey, Sugar Skull, you know if the windows are set with alarms?
Let me
Go ahead
try
and
and
check.
get a good look at it.
Hopefully you get more than 0 or 2. No, the windows don't have any specific security on them outside of the cameras.
Okay. I'll climb up to a second story window and have a look, see if there's a camera inside the room.
Yeah, you're just gonna look in the window?
Well, sort of peek into it.
Okay, roll perception. There are 2 cameras from where you are seeing that can see the window.
Give me a second. I'll try and see if I can get some more cameras in this net of confusion I'm weaving.
Okay. As I'm hanging off the second floor.
Right?
There's just a rotodrone hovering next to you. It's kind of looking at you like, if I were bigger, I could carry you, but...
Surfing on a rotodrone. Hey, that's the type of successes that we should be seeing. Fantastic. Yeah, you can take control of those cameras if you want them.
Yeah, I want to loop the last few seconds over and over again, so it looks like nothing's going on.
In fact, with that, I would say that you can even see that there are further cameras in the area. You can take control of probably 4 or 5 cameras with that if you wanted to.
Yep, I'll do that. Nothing like
Oh,
a nice loop. You're clear, Sakura.
Okay. Like, is this a solid window or is it one that actually opens?
Say this one's probably a solid window. It's an embassy. It's pretty, but it probably doesn't need airflow very much.
Do you need 2 Ares rifles? 2 Ares Alphas to open that window for you?
I feel like they're louder than his gun.
It kind of just... You can see a little eye attachment on the front of it, and it just kind of cocks to the side, curious-like.
I'll try to punch the window open.
Well, there's that too.
There is that.
Close combat roll. Or I think it's listed as melee on the character sheet.
I'm.
Wow.
Christmas.
I don't feel bad for being loud now. I'm not supposed to be stealthy.
So, 10 successes.
Yeah, I'm getting the feeling Sakura should have tried punching down the door.
I feel like Sakura. I feel like when Sakura comes through the
Maybe.
window, it's like super fucking action hero with like the theme music in the background and everything.
Slips in through the
To
window,
punch
comes to a perfect
directly
landing,
through.
legs splayed out.
I'm picturing
Yeah.
the bionic woman, you know? Just...
Nice.
We could even give you a Black Widow landing if you wanted it with that many successes.
That's awesome.
I have athletics 13.
Gonna do a superhero landing.
The rotodrone kind of floats by your head, and you hear the tiniest of sounds going. Ba ba da ba.
I like it.
Great.
Well, that was like the roll I did when I kicked the guy's head off.
That's
Wait.
true.
Hold on. What did I miss last week?
When they were fighting the gangers, Sakura was viewing from on top of a building and decided to jump from the top of the building and try to strike a ganger and rolled absolutely phenomenally. So they jump from the top of a building, bounce, and kick a dude's head off.
And it was a 3-story building.
Okay, that would have been a ba moment.
Definitely.
Well, I only hit one person. Someone threw a fireball and hit a bunch, but hey.
Hey, let's just say between all of us, we crushed the spirit of those gangers. Because the first thing that happens is the elf just walks out in the middle of the street and says, "Oh, you picked the wrong people. Like, you picked the wrong day," or something like that. It was like, "Time to cook." And then goes a fireball, followed right on its heels by this massive troll that just starts beating motherfuckers with other motherfuckers, and then Sakura comes down off a 3-story building and kicks somebody's head clean off. I don't think I would fuck with that group either.
I forgot about Slagheap picking up a person to hit another person with.
He did.
And then chased down the rest of them afterwards and murdered them in a fucking alley.
Yeah.
There's literally just like half a torso, like the entire upper body is pulled. There's half a torso still intact with 2 legs of one of them. He was just smashing it against a dumpster.
Yep. Yeah, they thoroughly crushed their morale. That's what you missed.
And their bodies, but that's
true.
beyond that.
That's true.
Okay, so with that, it is almost 10 o'clock, so I am going to go ahead and call it for right now.
Okay.
But we do have Sakura and the drone in the building. And I will go ahead and make a few notes on my side just so I don't forget that.
Don't forget I'm out in the bushes.
Yes. Hopefully that
Bishop's gonna run out of beer soon!
Hopefully the doggy doesn't find you.
Hopefully the
Right.
doggy doesn't fight. Well, we'll see what happens with the bar guest.
True.
Picks me up and takes me home to feed its children.
I'm not going to say it's impossible.
Right.
Anything is possible if you believe hard enough.
Oh God. Now you sound like Walmart.
Well, yeah.
You know what's scary about that dice roll? I have enough natural edge to say I could re-roll all those misses.
Wow.
Realistically, with 5 edge, you can tell me what happens when you do something.
I have 5 edge naturally.
So I'm
man.
just throwing that out there. That's one of the things. 5 edge, you tell me what happens.
Nice. Right on. So
That's a fun way to stick your backstory into the combat. He's like, oh no, it's that guy.
I think that's what Slagheap did at the end of his. Justin had used 5 edge to wrap it up.
Yep.
Anyways, let's go ahead and wrap for tonight.
Who do you want to start sign off?
You started talking first, sir. It's up to you now.
All right, I volunteered again. Yay! I'm awesome. I'm a team player. I'm also, I am also the Just a King Zerat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for our flagship show, The Fire Strike, my favorite group of space terrorists, space pirates, and never-do-wells, who are in the Veskarium now. Big Imperial lizard people, and lots of intrigue. And the plot thickens because we don't know what Nurse Jerkdazal is up to, and we don't know what, and we know that somebody's parents is springing all of their bad enemies to come after them, and it's insane. You can catch me here on Tuesday nights for Don't Seattle for Anything Less, like you did tonight, because Salvo is the cocky motherfucker who likes to throw fireballs around, and that's a lot of fun to do. You can catch me here Saturday nights we have changed we're in the process of working on changing up on our Saturday night formats. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, we're going to do Flesh and Fire, our Apocalypse World, and we're going to do that every other weekend every other Saturday until we get that wrapped up. And then we will start an entirely new Apocalypse World campaign that will run in its place on every other Saturday. And the Saturdays that we're not doing an Apocalypse World Jam, we're probably going to do some Faulty Comics Presents, so we'll do some superheroes. Take the old DC Mayfair system, the second edition Mayfair DC that like if you look for it is now $400 to buy because it was that good of a system, and it's out of print. For Faulty Comics Presents. And you can catch me Sundays for The Ballad of the Menagerie, which if you can't get enough of the Fire Strike and the universe that it's set in, you can't get enough Starfinder, well, check it. Or if you're just wondering, hey, whatever happened to Planet Z after after the Fire Strike left to go do other epic shit? Well, the problem solvers of the Menagerie are answering that question because they're on Planet Z and they are taking on some of the challenges there of the early settlement blues, and that's a fun show in and of itself. But with that said, I believe, hold on, social media. If you are watching on Twitch and you want to go back and you want to relive all of the magic all over again for any of our programs here, you can catch us on Parodice on YouTube, or Parodice Theater on YouTube. If you are watching on YouTube and you're like, oh my god, I gotta see that live, and so that nobody can spoil it for me, and so that I can't spoil it for myself by jumping ahead 5 minutes to find out how this action resolves, I want to see how this plays out. You can catch us on Twitch at Parodice Theater. The only difference between the two is on YouTube there's a space between each word, and on Twitch there's an underscore between each word. And if you want to see some scheduling updates, a few random tweets about topical issues, maybe an opinion or two, and some memes of some sort of variety, a temperature that is accelerated up there, it's cooked, it's oven baked.
Hot memes.
That's the thing. That's it right there. You can catch us at Pear Theater on Twitter, and the one other place you can occasionally catch me is on my other channel of Zerat, where I play video games and yada yada, and that's kind of, I don't have a regular schedule there, so catch the videos when you can and randomly drop by if you see me streaming. It's all gravy. And with that said, I'm going to move this one on down the line to the next person.
Guess that'll be Bologna Jelly, also known as Bishop, also known as, and I'm going to say it because you have not heard it this session,
Hot memes.
E.M. Slackhead! And, yeah, you can catch me Tuesday evenings, 7:30. If we don't have some sort of issue and end up starting late, that's pretty much it. Where you can catch me here for the time being. Yeah, don't have much else to say. I'll pass it on to the next.
Hello, you want to go next? Good.
Hello, ladies and gents. My name is Cyrus Smith. You saw me playing Drifter. Well, I was gonna say, at this point, is it, the old lady cosplaying as a drone / dog? Because, yeah, I think I don't know, we'll see. You can also find me on, tomorrow is Hench to Mensch, where I'm playing Acer the Telepathic Sniper, who really, really wants to get her hands around the throat of Winchester. And, well, once that happens, I don't know where we go from there. Probably for whatever reason end up saving the world, because that's what supervillains do, right? You can also find me on, Thursday playing Project Severovo, playing Cousin Anatoly as he ends up, cooking the meals for everybody who is going to kill innocent civilians, because apparently when the civilian turns to run from the horrifying nothingness, the answer is to shoot them. James, if you're watching, yes, I'm talking about you. You can also find me on, let's see, Saturdays when we do, anything just as grab bag related. Especially the new Apocalypse World thing I've been hearing things about. I haven't talked to Jesta yet, so consider this me talking to you, Jesta. I've got a character idea already. And on Sundays you can catch me running Tales from the Cosmos, where a band of intrepid adventurers, well, after blowing up an island, I have to think of ways to, top that, and I might have it. But I might save that for later. So, you can also find me on Monday, where I'm running, no, I would not want to run. Fire Strike. That's Justice, baby. There's too much going on there. Would not want to run that. But you can find me playing Twinkle Bailey, the isekai who at this point is just kind of like, so do you guys plan any of the things you do or not? Because at this point it's kind of like, we do shit when it comes to us. Do you guys ever plan for those? No, not really. We just do it. That's a really bad idea. How have you not gotten killed by this point? Whatever. And I think that's everything. So, that's me.
All right, I guess it comes to me. Yes, I am Brian. Tonight I played Sakura, the Elven Street Samurai that, when in doubt, punch your way through it. It works. We'll see what happens next week with her and a drone and trying to find these documents or papers or whatever it is. She'll figure it out. Anyway, on Mondays you can find me also playing Shaba Young, the captain of the Fire Strike. The Commodore is now on the Blue Ember. And we sort of all had a powwow inside her quarters. She's still not dressed. Nobody's really paying attention to it except for one or two people.
It's because it's natural at this point.
Most people aren't used to it. There's a few people that are like, oh. When you're an 8 foot tall female. Yeah, that makes life interesting. Those are where you can find me. And then, depending on life and all that other fun stuff, I might show up in some other things. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, that's the end for me.
That's all the players. Did
it's
everyone
not.
Okay.
No, it's
sorry.
Computer King.
I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming. And I'm laying in bushes as Sugar Skull, hoping that I don't get found by a bar guest and taken off to feed its nest. On Wednesdays, I run from hench to mensch, where I put a few henchman-level supervillains through the ringer to see if they're worthy of being actual supervillains later on. Also on Sunday, I'm in Tales from the Cosmos, where I'm still basking in the afterglow of blowing up an entire island solo. I mean, nobody else did it. Although somebody said we blew up an island. Didn't they, Cyrus?
I said we in the term of collective, because, yes, collectively.
This is not Project Severovo. No collectives here. It's my win.
I'll remember that. The DM will remember
the DM
that.
will remember that. And also, I'm in Ballad of the Menagerie as Shadow, who has really reconfirmed his hate for feral animals that want to try and eat him and or impregnate him with their eggs. And he took it out on one dead body with a crowbar, and he feels a little happier about that. He may return someday and wipe out all the rest of them. And that's it for me.
Oh, did that get everyone but me? I think so. Okay. My name is Divana. You can catch me as the GM on Tuesday nights for Don't Seattle for Anything Less. You can catch us again next week, assuming everything goes well, to continue our mission on Council Island. You can also catch me on the Twitch stream for Prismatic Tsunami, all one word. I can be found this Friday night playing in an actual play showcase, showcasing a system forged in the dark, playing the game Band of Blades. It's a dark military fantasy. It'll be a one-shot. You can also see me on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time for Exposition Street. It's a movie podcast. We will be reviewing the movie Odd Thomas. And I think that is all that we've got. You guys have a great day. Evening, night, time.